Imagine being trapped in your own mind, unable to escape the horrors of your past. Trauma doesn't just haunt your memories, it changes your brain and body. What if I told you there's a groundbreaking audiobook that explains exactly how this happens and offers a revolutionary approach to healing? Stick around to find out more about The Body Keeps the Score: Mind, Brain, and Body in the Transformation of Trauma.
Welcome to Aspire with the Florists. Let's ignite your aspirations together.
Welcome, audiobook enthusiasts and seekers of insightful reviews. Today, we delve into The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel Kolk, narrated by Sean Pratt. This New York Times and Audible bestseller, brought to you by Penguin, explores the devastating effects of trauma and offers an alternative approach to healing that is both inspiring and transformative. Trauma can leave a lasting imprint not just on the mind, but also on the brain and body. Traditional treatments, like talking and drug therapies, often fall short in addressing these deep-seated wounds. Bessel Kolk, a leading expert on traumatic stress, introduces a bold new paradigm for treatment. He emphasizes healing that encompasses the mind, brain, and body, a holistic approach that has already begun to change lives. Here's an excerpt from the audiobook that captures Kolk's revolutionary insights, read by Sean Pratt.
I was riveted by his account of the miraculous way the body functions. Later, during every stage of my medical training, whether I was studying surgery, cardiology, or pediatrics, it was obvious to me that the key to healing was understanding how the human organism works. When I began my psychiatry rotation, however, I was struck by the contrast between the incredible complexity of the mind and the ways that we human beings are connected and attached to one another, and how little psychiatrists knew about the origins of the problems they were treating. Would it be possible one day to know as much about brains, minds, and love as we do about the other systems that make up our organism? We are obviously still years from attaining that sort of detailed understanding, but the birth of 3 new branches of science has led to an explosion of knowledge about the effects of psychological trauma, abuse, and neglect. Those new disciplines are neuroscience, the study of how the brain supports mental processes; developmental psychopathology, the study of the impact of adverse experiences on the development of mind and brain; and finally, interpersonal neurobiology, the study of how our behavior influences the emotions, biology, and mindsets of those around us. Research from these new disciplines has revealed that trauma produces actual physiological changes, including a recalibration of the brain's alarm system, an increase in stress hormone activity, and alterations in the system that filters relevant information from irrelevant. We now know that trauma compromises the brain area that communicates the physical, embodied feeling of being alive. These changes explain why traumatized individuals become hypervigilant to threat at the expense of spontaneously engaging in their day-to-day lives. They also help us understand why traumatized people so often keep repeating the same problems and have such trouble learning from experience. We now know that their behaviors are not the result of moral failings or signs of lack of willpower or bad character. They are caused by actual changes in the brain. This vast increase in our knowledge about the basic processes that underlie trauma has also opened up new possibilities to palliate or even reverse the damage. We can now develop methods and experiences that utilize the brain's own natural neuroplasticity to help survivors feel fully alive in the present and move on with their lives. There are fundamentally 3 avenues. 1. Top-down, by talking, reconnecting with others, and allowing ourselves to know and understand what is going on with us while processing the memories of the trauma. 2. By taking medicines that shut down inappropriate alarm reactions, or by utilizing other technologies that change the way the brain organizes information. And 3. Bottom up, by allowing the body to have experiences that deeply and viscerally contradict the helplessness, rage, or collapse that result from trauma. Which one of these is best for any particular survivor is an empirical question. Most people I have worked with require a combination. This has been my life's work. In this effort, I have been supported by my colleagues and students at the Trauma Center, which I founded 30 years ago. Together, we have treated thousands of traumatized children and adults, victims of child abuse, natural disasters, wars, accidents, and human trafficking. People who have suffered assaults by intimates and strangers. We have a long tradition of discussing all our patients in great depth at weekly treatment team meetings and carefully tracking how well different forms of treatment work for participating individuals. Our principal mission has always been to take care of the children and adults who have come to us for treatment. But from the very beginning, we have also dedicated ourselves to conducting research to explore the effects of traumatic stress on different populations and to determine what treatments work for whom. We have been supported by research grants from the National Institute of Mental Health, the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine, the Centers for Disease Control, and a number of private foundations to study the efficacy of many different forms of treatment, from medications to talking, yoga, EMDR.
This audiobook isn't just another self-help guide. It's a comprehensive exploration of trauma's physiological impacts and the innovative methods that can reverse its damage. Kolk combines decades of research with compelling case studies, making complex scientific concepts accessible and relatable. Sean Pratt's narration is nothing short of captivating, bringing depth and clarity to every chapter. His steady, empathetic voice guides listeners through the intricate details of neuroscience and psychology with ease. Here's where it gets interesting. Kolk challenges the status quo in psychiatry, critiquing the over-reliance on medications and traditional talk therapies. Instead, he champions methods like neurofeedback, yoga, and EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. This might ruffle some feathers in the medical community, but it's a perspective backed by compelling evidence and real-world success stories. So, what's the takeaway? The Body Keeps the Score is a must-listen for anyone interested in understanding trauma and the innovative ways we can heal from it. It's not just informative, it's transformative. To dive deeper into this enlightening audiobook, click the link below to secure your free copy with a 30-day Audible trial. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful, motivational, and inspirational reviews. That's all for today's review. What did you think of The Body Keeps the Score? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation. Remember, healing is a journey, and this audiobook could be your first step.
Thank you for tuning in at Aspire with the Florises. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.